Okay, we'll get things underway here. First of all, I'll introduce myself. My name is Darren Rahm. I'm the director for the Marshall Convention and Visitors Bureau. I'd like to thank everyone for taking time out of their work schedules to be here today. We have another, what seems to be another momentous occasion for Marshall. And once again, I'd like to thank everyone for being out here today. Today we celebrate another milestone for Marshall, Minnesota. Today we celebrate our partnership with the Schwan Food Company. The Schwan Food Company has a great history here in Marshall, Minnesota, and it's always cool when local companies recognize their place and reinvest in the community in projects like this. So we couldn't be happier to have everyone here today recognizing their importance. Order of speakers today. First, I would like to have Roger Madison come up. Roger is our chair for the Southwest Minnesota Amateur Sports Commission. Our second speaker today will be Jacob Fall. Jacob is also a member of our sports commission. And then third, we'll have Demetrius. He'll come up. He's the CEO for the Schwan Food Company, and he will give his remarks on this occasion. So, Roger, please come up.
Thank you for that. So this started in 2008 as a partnership in a number of ways, and partnerships that have grown since that time. And where it started for me was someone came to me and said, do you want to take a trip over to Rochester and we'll look at their amateur sports world, the things that they do there and how they make that work. And, you get to get on the Schwan Airlines and run over to Rochester. Why wouldn't I do that? I got back and somebody said, by the way, we have a role for you to play in this event. And I thought I was just taking a ride. But it was a great, an indication of the commitment that Schwan Food Company has put into this progress, this process. And there have been some minutes that have been great in this as we received the information that we had won the local option sales tax vote, when we got money from the state legislature. And I'll admit that one of the other really fun moments for me was when we learned that this would be the name for this new arena. And I thought that just really feels good, and it really shows another indication of the partnership that we've had. As I say, there are a lot of partnerships that have grown through this activity. There are a lot of things that have moved forward, and this community does a great job of making things happen, and this is just another great example of it. So thank you to the Schwan Food Company for their partnership. It's been a fun ride, as it started out as just that. And for those who get to participate in a fun ride today, that'll be another adventure. So what a great adventure we've been on, and what a great result we're getting to. So thank you to all of you for the role, but especially to the Schwan Food Company. Thanks.
Thank you, Roger. Jacob, I'd like to ask you to come up.
Thanks, Darren. When I think about this project and what this is for the City Marshall, I think of two words, really: vision and opportunity. And we're going to create Marshall as a regional destination for amateur sports and entertainment, really, with this building of this new project and these new facilities. And we're already building on current assets that are in Marshall that we all know of. Southwest, all the Southwest facilities, excellent sports teams and excellent sports clubs, and a strong community really committed to healthy lifestyles. And I think this is what this really builds upon, is having a healthy community, contributing to the community in a great way. And we're really fortunate to have leaders such as Harry and Roger and Cal and Ben and everybody that have put their time in to invest in things like that for the future, for people like me and my family and families after me to really enjoy and really take part in. And it's really thanks to investors like Schwan's as well to see a vision of what Marshall can actually become, and that we're going to be one of the greatest malls in America. And for me personally, I know it's a sports facility, and sports has always been something, a part of my life, and something that will always be a significant part of my life. And what this does to really the youth, and introducing sports and having them be a part of a sports activities, and succeeding and failing and learning how to deal with failure and learning how to be a team and work within the team. And that's what they're seeing from our work together as well. All of us are here for a reason. We've bonded together through a lot of difficult times, a lot of good times, but we're in this to have Marshall be a succeeding community and have it being a great community for future years. And I see sports as an educational tool for all of us, for the youth especially. It's great to teach competition, to teach teamwork, to teach individual effort, to rely on one another of succeeding, and that's what we've done here today as well. And I can't swing a bat. I'm an athlete, but I can't swing a bat and I can't throw a baseball very well. I can barely skate on a hockey rink. I don't know if my kids will ever use these facilities, but I'm sure yours will, and our community will, and future kids will. And so that's a great thing. It's not about what's really important to me, it's what's important to our community and our region, and for the growth of Southwest Minnesota. And just Marshall's pull factor and what it's able to do for families and people like me. I have a job where I can work anywhere in the United States. I don't have to be in a certain location at all or anything. But having these facilities and having these destinations in Marshall, it's keeping me here. It's going to bring people here, and it's going to keep others like me here. So I thank you for coming here today, for being an investor in your community, and helping all of us pull together. Thanks, guys.
Thank you for that, for the remarks, Jacob. Now I'd like to ask Demetrius Smirnus to come up. I hope I said that right. Perfect. All right.
First, I want to thank the City of Marshall and key officials that made this dream happen. Because as we know, for many, many years, this doesn't happen by accident. So a lot of sweat equity, a lot of communication from a lot of people in the Marshall community. If it's the mayor, or if it's Cal or Roger or Harry, those are the people that are continuously working hard, along with many of you, to make something like this happen. I can tell you from a Schwan Food Company, this Expo and arena is something we're very proud of, and I put Expo and arena because I think it's going to draw many families for whatever reason. We were just there this morning. It looks beautiful. Many convention facilities, many rooms with a view, plus obviously hockey. But this is going to draw many families, and the purpose of this is not just for youth athletics, but if any one of you have had a child succeed in sports, it's a memory. And if those memories happen in Marshall, Minnesota, we'll forever be part of that family unit. And for me, that's really how this ties into the Schwan Food Company. The Schwan Food Company has said that this is our heritage, this is where we're born, and we're gonna take the support that many of you have given and support youth, support communities, and support hunger. And this hits two of the three. It supports the community and it also supports youth. From an academic standpoint, from a leadership standpoint, and from an athletic standpoint. That is very much our strategy, and we are refining this strategy in many of the communities that we do business with. This brand is the brand that is our largest brand. The Red Baron brand is the Schwan Food Company's largest brand. The way it got there is because families and consumers took their hard-earned money and bought this pizza. And we need to continue to remember that and give back and reinvest in our brand. You see here the biplane, the Red Baron biplane. Many of you can go ahead and fly it on your own. It's open, or take a ride with a professional pilot. It's not that hard. But this is another little memento that about a year ago we decided to bring back so we can remember our roots and remember how this brand was truly built. So for me, it fits into everything we're doing from a Schwan Food Company. and it also fits into the responsibility that we take very seriously to support our communities and our youth. So I appreciate all the support from everybody. I think it's an excellent complex that will create a lot of memories for many families and many young athletes. So thank you very much. I asked Heather to do that because it's a little more Vanna White-ish than me doing. Thank you.
So as you all can see, we have the cornerstone of our sports assets here in Marshall, the Red Baron Arena and Expo Center. So let's have another round for the name. Just some closing remarks, and then the people will be available for interviews if you have any questions or things like that. As I did some research for aviation terms today, the term that came to me was fangs out. And I don't know if the pilot is here today. Fangs out is an aviator term for we're ready for a dogfight. And we recognize that this is a very competitive market for sports and sports tourism. But we are ready, and we have our fangs out for the challenge that lies ahead of us. So we're going to be very competitive, and we're going to be we'll be out there when it comes to trying to bring in new events and bring in those regional activities that can really set Marshall apart from the rest of this region. So once again, I'd like to thank everyone for coming here today, and I'd like to thank the Schwan Food Company for all the work that they've put into this. So thank you, and good morning.
That's